Good afternoon all, CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, June 12th. We are looking at window traders market profile of the ES and SPY. Kind of a interesting late explosion to the upside by the Three Stooges as we get a nice price spike in K period to go trend up on the day. We do probe, but not enough where I would use L's high. Now NQ did the same, but there's a big difference here. And I'll show you why. First off, NQ ends up with a triple distribution day as they have single prints down here in I, and then they have K and L, so they're separated by more than at least three wide. I'm not surprised NQ did what it did because they broke out of balance on this real pop here. So they had been in balance and they had to take out last Monday's high, and when they took it out, that's when they went trend. Okay, and exploded to the upside. So they're up in all three of their time frames. So I'm not surprised they did it. Righty really didn't do much today. It's a little bizarre again. They open, push down, take out yesterday's low. Then they open, push, and then after that they push up. They almost took out Friday's high. So they almost went to have an opportunity for an outside day down or up. Instead, they only end 11 wide and afternoon pullback low and I. So we were meandering about in ES and SPY, 5 for 5 wide. We got the both sides of the IB, which is the 37th time this year, which means 33.3% of the time we've done that. But then we were having trouble getting an overnight, and we kept pushing up, nothing much happening. We pulled back in I, and then boom, we exploded. Did not expect that. The market's long. It's not like there was short covering. So at CPI tomorrow, I was a little surprised. We went nuts because, again, remember, we have pretty much a price vacuum to the upside. We do hold the trend day up on our third attempt. Our first two attempts failed. Third attempt holds, and we end up with two sets of single prints. So 36.9% of the time, trend day up have held. I had a very light day. I lost 3.5 points on my first trade of the day on a short, thinking we'd get the overnight low in B period. I thought we'd take out A's low. And then after that, everything was from the short side side. I did it early for the most part. I made 2 back on shorts against the opening in C. I made small back against the opening in D. I made E period against the day's high. I took a short for small. I broke even on the short in G because there's no tempo. And then I made small in H and J because there was no real tempo and we went home trend. Once K started exploding, I stepped away. So I only made, I made back 7, I made 3.5 points. Really small in the day. I was down 3.5, ended up making 3.5. And again, no big deal. When you don't expect something to do what they did, I didn't think they'd push as much. For me, I'm okay with that, not getting involved in the long side. The bigger thing is not getting involved and continuing to short it or be stubborn. So I'm happy I didn't do that. As far as destinations, today's high of 433.88, and then nothing to 437.23 daily high from last year. On the downside, we have 2 sets of single prints, 433.03 to 432.57. Then a second set, 432.40 to 431.86. Afternoon pullback low in I of 431.16. And today's low of 430.17. In ES, we have single prints, 80.50 to 76. 74.25 to 68.50. The afternoon pullback low of 61.25. And today's low of 51.25. Now keep in mind, I'm using that low and then the rollover gap, which would be Friday's high from last contract of 25.50, kind of as a rollover gap. Not a big deal, but I am looking at it that way. As far as the upside, we have 89.50, which is today's high. Then we have nothing to 45, which was an afternoon rally high from last April, and 45.03, which was the highest accepted price from April 22nd. And then just quickly on the chart. So NQ and ES are up in every time frame, okay? Here's the daily. We came out of a 5-day balance on Friday up, and today we continue up. Volume picked up a little bit with just under 70. It's not going to be in our lowest 10 of the year, but I don't think we'll get to our average of 85.5 million. So again, a lot happening this week with CPI tomorrow, Fed Wednesday, expiration on Friday. The monthly's up, the weekly's up, and the daily's up. Hope you had a good day trading. Thanks for the likes and subscribing, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.